but I gotta talk about this. And I know it was only reflecting like my state from a few months prior from when I first found Neville. Because at first you're like, does he really mean like you're literally God, like God, like the God? And then you listen to two more lectures and you're like, well, yeah, that's literally what he's saying. But what's so wild is like I so believe that people wouldn't accept this, understand this, and then also part of it is that Neville says they won't. That's what the promise is for. I don't really look at too many forums now. I do look occasionally because I like to find success stories. But at the time, I was looking at a lot of forums, and I'd only read like a couple books and maybe a few lectures, and I would see a lot. But I remember seeing one woman's post where she was like, "I've read all the Neville books, and where does he actually say that you're God?" It's like, he literally says it in every single fucking lecture. And it's like, here's yet another one where he's already said it like 50 times. But here is like how much more fucking direct does he need to be? But I don't know. I just think it's so hilarious that people are that asleep. Here's someone claiming they've read everything that Neville wrote in terms of books and that they've listened to Neville for years, blah, blah, blah. Yet they still don't even, like, they just, like, blanked it out of their mind that he ever even said that, though he says it in every fucking lecture. Like, that's so wild to me. That some people are so in love with being asleep, with forgetting. Like, that is by design what's going on in some people's lives. Like, it's really wild. Because it's like, okay, you first find this, you think it's off the wall, you think it's ridiculous. Now you try it a couple times, you start manifesting things, you're like, hey, there's something here. But it's interesting because for me, I just straight away started having other experiences that I couldn't deny. And I'm guessing what's happening is some people, that doesn't happen. So they keep, getting this little thing, that little thing, maybe one big thing here, but there's like three big things that haven't happened yet. And so they start really doubting that. They're like, oh, this must be bullshit. And they just, they don't listen to the lectures or whatever. And they just like die in that. They just live in that. They just live in that never happening for them like forever. I don't know. It's really wild that how like people can experience that. And I'm hoping that through this channel, I have found some people that would have happened to, but it doesn't happen to you because there was like 2 or 3 little questions you had that you genuinely had that weren't about something you desire. They're genuine questions you have about these teachings. And by me telling you, look, Neville already answered that 50 years ago. Here's the answer. You go, okay, boom, great. Now I know what to do. I have enough faith and confidence based on that answer to assume again for these couple of things and see them be demonstrated and know that I can keep going in this, that I can keep persisting in not just what I want, but in being faithful to this way of knowing how the world is operating. Okay, that was my rant. Hopefully, hopefully when that ends up on YouTube, I'll cut it up in a way where, or to whoever's listening to this that it applies to, that you don't feel like I'm making fun of you, because like it is funny, but I'm not making fun of you. I'm just like, that state is ridiculous. Like, it is a ridiculous fucking state that you've listened to Neville lectures and read Neville books. Like, by the way, I know my mom's watching this. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about like I'm talking about a lot of people I see in these comments. Like, it is fucking ridiculous that you've listened to Neville's lectures and read his books, or you find out about it from forums and you've been testing it, it works, and yet you're like, yeah, but that doesn't. You're not like God of the Bible. No, you literally fucking God of the Bible. Though you wrote the Bible. He says it in every fucking lecture. Like, stop it. Stop it. Stop being fucking ridiculous. You're not the God of your reality. You're the one God. That's all there is. Okay? That's my rant. That's my rant on, am I really God? Yeah, you're really fucking God. And so is everybody you know. And so is everybody you're ever going to know. It's all God. There's nothing but God. And yes, the God of the Bible. The Bible is what's going on in your fucking mind right now. There's nothing else. And it's like, that's a little more hardcore than my normal delivery. But that's how ridiculous you are if you think, yeah, but I'm not like the God. No, you the God. You watching this on YouTube, because you're not watching it now, just my mom's watching. But you watching this on YouTube, whenever you find it, yeah, you the God. The God. Okay, now we're told by the great Blake, the Spirit of Jesus is continual forgiveness of sin. Forgiveness of sin every moment of time. Tonight when we go into the silence, we can sit here for a minute and forgive each other. Suppose I could hear everyone here rise and tell the most fantastic story in the world about themselves